Ah, Cramorant. How could they possibly improve upon you? Beautiful attack, excellent support, decent retreat.
How did you find my house?
Welcome back everyone to more from the Sableyes. I'm Mitch, and today we're going to take a look at Cramorant VMAX. Shining Fates is finally here, so let's get right into it. A couple of cards to run through from Shining Fates. We've got Cramorant VMAX. We flip coins equal to the number of energy attached to this Pokemon, and for every heads we deal 80 damage. It's base 3 energy to get attacking, so that's, you know, 240 damage off of the 3 energy if all of them are heads flips. We can get even more damage though with our Porygon-Z, which is obviously going to be able to attach as many special energies from our hand as we like. There's plenty of them there, including recycle energy that we can get back, and then once we flip the coin, if we don't like the result, we can flip again with Glimwood Tangle to try and get an even higher amount. Now what happens if we don't have energy in hand, you ask? Well, the Celebi from Shining Fates is going to be incredibly helpful. Woodland Stroll, which frankly is a really nice ability name, allows us to look at the top 6 cards of our deck and take any energy card that we find there if this card is in the active position. So what we do is we put Celebi forward, find an energy off of the top 6 cards, retreat into our Cramorant, and go from there. An incredibly nice list. It's down below in the description. Whilst you're there, leave a like on the video. The more likes I get, the better I feel. And also, if we hit 150 likes on this video, I will do another Shining Fates deck list tomorrow. I'm planning on doing them every couple of days, but if you want to see another one, like the video. 150 likes, we'll do one tomorrow. Alrighty, we've got a Celebi start, which is fantastic for us. We have Porygon-Z as well. I've realised my camera's not on. Whoops. I'm gonna leave it like we're obviously gonna keep this game in if it's good, right? Hopefully it's a bad one. So that this is actually unbelievable. Okay, Pokemon Communication can find ourselves a Cramorant. Let's throw that down. Then we can attach the capture energy. We can find ourselves a Porygon, which we just shuffled away, so we can put that down there. And then I'm going to Marnie. Our opponent has a ton of cards. I don't want them to have them. I think we're playing up against ADP. This is actually really good. We've just top decked a whole bunch of really good stuff. Let's play down the Porygon. We'll Woodland Stroll. Actually, we'll attach the air balloon to the Celebi, and then use Woodland Stroll. We'll grab ourselves a recycle energy, and then we can retreat into Cramorant V, and obviously the VMAX isn't the only thing that can attack here. We can beat catch with Cramorant, find ourselves a rare candy for next turn, and then a Professor's Research, and next turn we could potentially have a Porygon-Z and a Cramorant VMAX in play with a bunch of energy on it. So I'm looking forward to... They've done nothing. They've just Intrepid sorted. Okay, it's happening. I'm keeping the video in even though there was no camera at the start. We've just top decked another energy. Alright, just settle. Settle. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. They will probably concede considering the fact that you've gone off so fast. Just attach all the energy. Play Professor's Research. That's the new Professor's Research from Shining Fates, by the way. The Professor Juniper version. I just thought I'd give it a bit of a go early doors here. We actually find ourselves another Cramorant, which is great. We've got another, recycle energy. They didn't want any part of that. Let's try another one. My camera is on this time. I didn't stuff that up. Hopefully this game goes for a little bit longer. Okay, just an attach to a Cramorant. Our hand isn't that much better, to be honest. We can attach to a Porygon. I kind of want a Marnie. I don't want to Dedenne that hand away, really. We'll try and find ourselves... Oh, this is not good. Okay, well, this one might go in the bin because it's not good enough. We've got 2 Porygons, though, and we can use Sharp Point. I don't really want to use Digicharge. I don't think that's really worth doing. We'll just do 10 damage to this Cramorant. I don't think it's ever relevant, but you never know. Okay, hopefully the Marnie has slowed them down considerably. It looks like this is a welder-based deck, so we could be looking at, like, Cracephalon, which is the Cramorant Blacephalon version. It could be like a Center Scorch or something that's bricking really hard. That's a beat catch. Okay, so we're being given a chance here just based on the fact that our opponent isn't doing anything themselves. So you never know. We might be able to get ourselves a Cramorant VMAX set up. We'll try. We'll try our very best. Let's go here. We've got Porygon-Z. That's an unfortunate top deck. I didn't want to see that. We're going to have to just research that away. Unfortunate. Okay, well, we've got some stuff that we can work with here. We've got Cramorant, we've got a Celebi if we want it. I think we play both of those down. Then I'm going to quick ball the Pokecom away and grab a Dedenne. I don't really mind that we lose a triple acceleration energy. That doesn't bother me too much. We'll grab another Cramorant and then Dedenne after that. Hopefully we can find ourselves a decent hand. This is fine. This is genuinely alright. Because what we can do is we can attach Recycle Energy, retreat from the Porygon, and then beat catch with Cramorant. We want to find ourselves a rare candy, and I also kind of want to find us a supporter. Marnie is probably the right one. If they're playing a welder-based deck, Marnie tends to be a bit better. And this just means that we've got Porygon-Z next turn and a potential VMAX, which is very, very good. Now, they obviously will be able to spit shot. They can just attach to this Cram in the active and then knock out the Dedenne, but I don't really mind that. They're going to find it quite difficult to take the appropriate amount of prizes in this game regardless. We don't have Reset Stamp, but they're not set up enough for me to be too worried. And the fact that Welder from the Eldegoss, I almost said Weldergoss, the fact that Eldegoss just came down means that we're in a great spot. They still haven't found any support. Okay, well, we are going to try and take a knockout on the Cramorant in the active now. And if they ever play down Oricorio, there are 3 2-prize Pokemon in play. We don't even need to deal with Blacephalon. So we'll calm away the Cram. We'll grab ourselves the VMAX, which we definitely want. We will also rare candy into Porygon-Z. That will allow us to attach the energy required to get Cramorant attacking. We can crazy code here. We'll put our energy on the active, we can put the recycle, and then obviously the capture. I don't think we really want to use our bench space here. We'll just Marnie and try and reduce their hand again so they can't do much. We've got 2 recycle energies here. I think I'm going to put them on the active because worst case scenario, the active gets knocked out and all of those energies can just come back to hand anyway. Or, if that doesn't happen, we can just retreat. Obviously, Cramorant's retreat cost is 2, so we can just use 2 recycle energies to get those energies back for another attacker. Does that make sense? We're going to Crobat for 5. Let's see what we get. Not a lot. I think we probably put the capture or something on the second Cram on the bench. We can put the triple excel on the active just to guarantee. Let's just max jet. We don't need to... Actually, no, we should probably put the energy down there. I said it right the first time. I should just follow through and do the things that I say I'm going to do. Put the energy on the Cram. Then let's max jet. We need 3 head flips, I think, to get the knockout. I think it's 3. We've got 3, so that's good. 240. Yeah, 240 was required there, so that is fantastic. And we've managed to get the telescopic sight off of the prizes as well. This is a really important card for this specific matchup, because if they play down something like Oricorio here, we want to be able to snipe it with the Cramorant V on the bench. We want to try and force them to draw cards without that Oricorio. So we'll see how we go. It looks like they've got Blacephalons now. They might be ready to start doing some stuff. We will wait and see, though. We will wait and see. And whilst we're waiting for them to have their turn, firstly, did you like the intro? If you did, leave a like on the video. I've already mentioned that you should do that. But more importantly, what are you excited for from Shining Fates? Obviously, it's a set that not many people have access to at the moment. The codes that I have, they cost quite a lot of money. I'm not gonna divulge the amount that I spent, but it was too much. What are you excited for from Shining Fates? Is there a deck that you're looking forward to seeing, or are you just planning on collecting the set? Let me know in the comments. They've got the Oricorio down, which means that they are going to be able to draw some cards. They probably can't knock out the Cramorant this turn. They need another energy and a switch, and then they'll need something like 7 energy to knock out the active. Now, they've got the energy and the switch. Do they have a handful of 7 energy is the next question. My suspicion is that they don't. And if they don't, then we're in a good spot. We can retreat with the Cram and then use the benched Cramorant to knock out Oricorio. They haven't even done that. which is great news for us. They haven't even damaged our Cramorant VMAX. We can retreat, just like I mentioned, into the Cramorant V, where we'll use the recycle energies. We can attach them with Crazy Code. We'll chuck them onto the active. That's a-okay. Spit Shot discards all of them, doesn't it? Oh, I mean, we can just attach the second one on there anyway. It doesn't really matter. We may as well have it in our hand, I guess. I mean, if we want it in our hand, we don't need to attach it. I'm not attaching the triple acceleration anyway. Let's just go with that. We're going to Spit Shot. We're going to knock out the Oricorio. Because of the telescopic sight, we do 190 instead of 160, which knocks out the Oricorio, and we are 2 prizes away from winning the game. And the boss's orders of the prizes is fantastic. We've drawn quite nicely in this game. After that pretty average start, obviously our opponent hasn't had a great time of it either. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's all about consistency, because that is certainly not the case, but we are at least in a position where we can win the game next turn. The hard part is going to be if they knock out the benched Cramorant VMAX. Now, I've left them open to do that. They can boss, because I didn't knock out the Blacephalon. But to boss and knock out this Cramorant leaves the Cramorant V on the field. We have at least 4 energy in recycle energy in our hand, which means that we can just use the active to knock out the Eldegoss on the bench. So frankly, I don't think there's a way that they can win this one. I'm 99% sure that we win this game regardless of what happens here. You know, we'll wait and see. I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again, so we will definitely wait and see. Here comes Oricorio, so they've managed to get that back, another Jirachi, and then a Dance of Tribute. So they're looking for some more cards. I think they're just going to be happy with the knockout on the Cramorant and then hope that we don't have access to boss. I think that's going to be the key. These kind of decks don't tend to play cards like Reset Stamp or Marnie, so I'd be surprised if our hand is disrupted. Fire Crystal gets them plenty of energy, so they'll probably be able to knock out the Cram here. That's 150, so they just need one more. Fireball Circus takes the knockout, and that's fine by us. Now we're just trying to flip the right amount of coins, aren't we? We're going to need to gust out the Eldegoss. What I am going to do, though, is going to put the Celebi in the active, because this might be able to find us an extra energy, just to give us that extra little bit of a shot. We've got 4 energy cards left in the deck. There's 15 cards. You would think we'd find at least one, and we do. It's not a triple colorless like I would like, but hey, this is fine. We're adding another 5 energy to the Cramorant on the bench that has 3 already. We're flipping 8 coins, and we need to flip 3 heads. Alright, so 8 coins, 3 heads is the target. We're going to boss out the Oricorio, I think, because if the Oricorio doesn't get knocked out, then it's going to they're going to need to find an energy to get it out of there. We need 3. 1, 2, 2, 3. Beautiful. Okay. We end up getting 5 hits. Jeez, that's 400 damage. Wow. I'll put that in the thumbnail. That's an impressive number. One more game with Cramorant, and we are up against ADP yet again. This time, we'll see whether they can consistently get into their cards or whether they brick like the first one. We've got a decent setup. We've got our Cramorant. The problem for us here is we have no draw support, so we need like a Research or a Dedenne or a Quick Ball or something off the top deck. We've got plenty of opportunities to draw them. Looks like our opponents got themselves a pretty decent start here. They've got ADP and Zacian. I'll be looking for the water energy on the active. We're going to try and do the usual ADP stuff. They get the Metal Saucer, they get the Energy Switch, they GX on turn 2. If they do that, that's going to be a bit of a problem, but we can potentially knock out the active if we get enough cards, right? If we get enough energy on a VMAX, there's nothing stopping us from flipping 280 damage. I mean, we did 400 in the last game, so 280 seems pretty reasonable, and they haven't even found the other GX attack yet, which is great. Top deck Dedenne. Alrighty, we are playing this game, guys. We're going to evolve into the Porygon. We're going to attach. Triple acceleration gets discarded, doesn't it? Yes, we probably don't want to. We don't want to attach that, because if we attach it to the active, it just gets discarded anyway. So we can Dedenne. There's a few energy and a VMAX. Alright. Okay. So we can Crazy Code the Recycle and the Weakness Guard to the active. Then we can Research. which is going to be incredibly good for us. We can air balloon to the Dedenne and then research. Probably should have put it on the Porygon, to be honest. We find another energy and a Glimwood Tangle. We could genuinely knock this ADP out this turn. Let's crazy code to the Cram. We can Crobat. Let's find a couple more energy, please. Oh, that's disappointing. Okay, so well, if we flip all 4 heads, I think we can still win. Not win, but knock out the ADP. Because 3 heads is 240, so if we flip 4 heads here, we are going to be in a great spot. Let's max jet. Okay, so this is not it, Chief. We're going to flip again. Yes, please. Glimwood Tangle, we will flip again. Heads? Oh, dang. 2 is fine. That's 160. That's half of the amount of damage that we need. It means that we're likely to knock this ADP out, and we can also potentially use the benched Cramorant to do it as well, if it is required. So what we could do, like next turn, we could boss up the Zacian, and then leave the ADP with a ton of damage on it on the bench if we want. Frankly, I don't think that's the right play. I'm probably just going to go hunting more energy and more VMAX to knock out the ADP before they can use Ultimate Ray. But, you know, there could be a potential argument for that. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so anyway. They're going for an ADP themselves. They're probably going to discard their hand if they're grabbing that, or at least they're going to discard a card from their hand. Get rid of that ADP. They do not want that in the deck anymore. Here's the Quick Ball, so that ADP will be in the bin. Eldegoss is in the bin. Okay, that wasn't what I was expecting. Not what I was expecting at all. Morwile, okay. Morwile's not particularly useful for them. I mean, it can be used to get a knockout on the Crobat or the Dedenne after the GX attack, so it's not terrible. They've got themselves... They're actually in a pretty good position here, to be honest. As weird as it sounds, I think we are a little bit behind. Let's try and get ourselves into a dominant position here. We'll grab Celebi just to thin them out of the deck, then we can Professor's Research our hand away. We're looking for a few more energy if we can get them. Unfortunately, we only get 1 triple Excel. I'm going to grab the second Cramorant here, just because I know that we can potentially get another Porygon next turn with our current hand. I don't want to attach the triple Excel. I'm pretty confident we're going to get 2 heads. We did. We won't flip again. I'm pretty confident we can find ourselves a Pokemon off of the prizes here. We're taking 3 cards. If we find a Pokemon off of the prizes, that's beautiful. We've got a Capture Energy, we've got a Capture Energy, and a Cramorant. Beautiful. So that's fine. Their best play here is like Saucer, Attach, Gust, Crobat, or Dedenne and knock out with Morwile, which would suck. But if that's the way that they choose to go about it, then that's the way that they choose to go about it. It also means that they'll have plenty of cards to try and find Energy, Saucer for Zacian, and Gust next turn. So we're likely going to have to play Marnie this turn, I think. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to be stacking energies up on our Cramorants, and then we're going to Marnie them and hope that they don't have Saucer Energy Boss, which they very likely could. That's the type of thing that ADP does. So there's Boss, they've already used Saucer, so if they have an energy attachment, they can knock this Crobat out because we have a full bench. Quick Ball is going to find them access to Dedenne. Interestingly, they didn't Marnie there, which means that we are probably going to have a full hand, because they're not prioritizing that draw just yet. They're Crobatting for 4. They just need 1 energy. Okay, so they've got the knockout on the Crobat. We're going to need to knock the Morwile out and then Marnie them and hope that they don't have Saucer Energy Boss. If they have those 3 cards, then they just win the game. But if they don't have those 3 cards, then I win the game. See how this goes. Let's see how it goes. Alright, we're going to promote our VMAX with all of the energy. They've got a big old hand. We don't like that. We're going to calm away the Cram. We're going to grab Porygon-Z. We're going to Rare Candy into Porygon-Z just to get rid of all of these cards from our deck. We don't want them. Then, I'm going to use Porygon-Z's Crazy Code to attach Capture Energy. We're going to grab... I guess it doesn't really matter. Either of these cards are both useless, really, to me. We'll put down the Cram just because we might need to snipe shot if they try and do something crazy. We will attach all of the energy to the active, then we'll Mani. We want to reduce their hand to 4, hopefully giving us enough opportunity to knock out 2 more Pokemon. Do I attach these energies or not? I think I put one on the bench. Actually, let's put it on the let's put it on the benched V rather than the VMAX. Then we maxed it. We need 3 heads again. So that's 1, no, 2, 3. Beautiful. Okay, we got 5 again. Those last 3 heads flips. We don't want to flip again. 400 damage. That's a big number. 400. Yikes. Okay, so we are in a spot now where they have to get 3 specific cards to win the game. We've done everything that we can to stop them. If they get those 3 specific cards, that's it. Research is a good sign. That means now they are looking for Saucer and Great Catcher, which lots of these decks don't actually run. Obviously, I would expect this person is playing it if they just researched looking for it. He's not playing like a guy who has it. I think we might be in the clear here. Metal Saucer, okay. Metal Saucer, do you have Great Catcher for game, sir? You do not. Unfortunately, we don't get to flip all the extra coins, but 3 pretty decent wins. So 3 pretty good wins for us. We tick Porygon off the list for the OG 150 challenge. Thank you everyone for coming along today. Appreciate your time with me. And thank you specifically to the channel members. I think you might have just seen my mouse go onto the screen there, but that's okay. Victor, Dadbod, Fernando, Connor, Dario, and YOLO for the win. Thank you very much for your support as well as everyone else who supports the channel. If you would like to join, there is a join button down there. Otherwise, I'll see you next time, whenever that is. If it's tomorrow, Goodbye.